What's going on, guys? It's Alloutblitzle here, and today we'll be showing off Arceus Regidrago. Ever since rotation, I really wanted to play Arceus Goodra, but I just sorely missed having the damage dealing. Like, Goodra's not one-shotting Miraidon, not doing much into like big V-Stars and V-Maxes, so I thought like playing both Giratina and Goodra, and what better way to do it than with Regidrago, whose Apex Dragon attack lets us copy the attack of any Dragon Pokemon from our discard pile. So we can use Lost Impact to get rid of the likes of like Lugia, and we even can reach Mew because of Choice Belt, and we have Duraludon, which can reach Miraidon, basic evolving Vs, other EXs, and then of course Goodra, which is amazing for Lost Zone Box, for Lugia. It's great against just really every deck right now. I actually love Goodra right now, and I thought of playing this like straight up, without any sort of extra draw support, without like any energy acceleration like Radiant Gardevoir, but that idea wasn't going to go very far, so we decided to pair it with Arceus. Trinity Nova, Star Burst are both incredibly powerful to set up our guys. We are playing one Lumineon just as a bit of a consistency boost. I'm not sure how, like, although if Ultra Balls now, it's a bit less useful than it was before, because of course we had Quick Ball in the past to find it. Playing one Drapion to make that Mew matchup just a little bit better. We're playing the one Duraludon, of course, as I mentioned before, for that higher baseline into Pokemon EX mainly, Giratina for the big V-Stars, Pumpkaboo because if our opponent paths first, we want to be able to use Star Burst, one Radiant Gardevoir because Lost Impact hits 280 damage, so in that Giratina matchup, I want to make sure our Arceus and our Regidrago do not get one-shot by a Giratina, and then one Dunsparce for like Stone Journer into that Lugia matchup. Even some Lost Zone Box decks are playing fighting Pokemon, Urshifu as well. We're playing 4 Judge because I want to be super disruptive. If we do go second, sometimes those games can feel pretty bad, so Judge can hopefully slow our opponent down and help us get into the game that way. 2 Research for a much more powerful discard draw 7 supporter, 2 Boss and 1 Serena for a little gusting. Serena we can find when we need it with Star Burst, and Lumineon also gives us another draw supporter and discard synergy to get our Dragon Pokemon down. 1 Avery. Avery honestly feels like one of the strongest supporters in the game right now. Decks like Lost Zone Box, Miraidon, Gardevoir just love filling up their board, and then Avery just like really puts them in a bind because they want to keep all of their guys on the bench and they really can't. So I'm definitely considering cutting a Judge for a second Avery. It's just that strong right now. We're running 4 Ultra Ball and 4 Nest Ball. I'm really missing Quick Ball in this deck because I love the extra discard synergy, but it is what it is. Nest Ball is what we have right now. 3 Trekking Shoes because I want a bit of a deeper dig. We can discard our Dragon Pokemon that way as well. I never want to miss an energy ever with Arceus decks. We're playing 1 Switch, 1 Rope. We always can find the exact card when we need with Starburst. If we want a bit of a more like a gust style effect with the Escape Rope, we can find it, or we want to hit into the active, we can opt to go with Switch. 1 Choice Belt because I want to sometimes hit 210 with my Arceus, 230 with my Goodra, and also 310 with my Giratina. And then 4 Path to the Peak. I want to slow my opponent down. Could cut down to 3, but I always want to. I'd never want to have to Starburst for Path. I always want to have it just raw in hand. Then 6 Grass, 4 Double Turbo, and 3 Fire. I would not go any lower with the energy count. It feels very good right now, and I hate rising energies. It just makes the game a whole lot rougher. You could definitely consider adding a Raihan. I wouldn't cut an energy for it though, because I always want to have energy on my Arceus on the first turn. But I definitely could consider adding a Raihan, an Avery, a Roxanne, a Charon's Care, things like that. Even a Palpad I could definitely be down with too. So I really like this deck. It's probably my favorite deck that I've played so far. I've always been a big fan of Arceus, and I do like Regidrago as well. So I have a couple very fun battles. It took me a while to get battles I wanted for this game just because live has been so glitchy for me, but we made it in the end, so please enjoy the battles. Alright, getting into our first game here. Our opponent's going first. A bit unfortunate because as an Arceus deck, really any evolving V-Star deck, or evolving deck in general, wants to go first all the time. But our hand is amazing. We have the double turbo energy for the Trinity Charge, we have Regidrago already, we could have a Radiant Gardevoir if we wanted it, we have Lumineon. Don't quite know for sure what we're up against, but time will tell, I guess. So here's a couple mulligans. Doesn't make the hand significantly better, but Arceus Vulpix. This should be an interesting matchup because we can Inteleon too, so it's like a water Arceus deck. They pass on over to us. Regidrago off the top, so I'll put on the double turbo. Nest Ball for another Regidrago maybe? I could get the Radiant Gardevoir. I don't... Probably Goodra, that's unfortunate. We'll get the Radiant Gardevoir. I should have played Escape Rope before I even benched anything to force him to have a switch card next turn. But, oh well, I'm going to grab the Judge because I don't want to discard the Regidrago V-Star or the Fire Energy, especially. Alright, we find another Duraludon. I can Nest Ball if I want to, but I'm just going to hold it in case I top deck an Ultra Ball. I have 2 cards I don't mind discarding. I'll Trinity Charge to the Regidrago and send it back over to my opponent. So, if my opponent can somehow find a knockout, that would be really bad, but now that Zigzagoon's rotated, I don't think there's a feasible way to one-shot Arceus. So they have the Vulpix V-Star, we have the Path of the Peak, so hopefully this Path of Judge really slowed them down, and they attached the Water Energy and Trinity Charge. So, our Judge Path play worked. They really did not have much off of that. So they just split one on everything. How do I want to play this Judge then? I'll grab. I could Trinity Charge again. I think I just want to use Power Edge. Actually, if I just hit. Okay, so I'm hoping to hit the Pumpkaboo so we can find the knockout. But we did not. So I'll just Trinity Nova. I'll put 180 damage pressure and to get all my energies to the net of my deck. So my deck's going to be very just full of good cards, which is awesome to have. All my energy out of the deck turn 2. So my opponent is going to draw, evolve into Inteleon VMAX. So Inteleon is actually an interesting damage modifier, because Arceus' damage is sometimes lacking, but it gives you a way to boost up your damage. Surfing Pikachu. So it's like a Surfing Pikachu does hit Lugia for weakness. I think Flying Pikachu is a lot better right now. So they do have an Arceus V-Star. They'll hard retreat into it. But they will hard retreat into it. But they have no hand and Path of the Peak down. So that is something. So they Trinity Nova for the knockout. I'm definitely not playing this Judge with them having a 0 card hand, but my hand's kind of lacking too. I sort of want to get moving. I don't want to Judge. Alright, so we're gonna Rope, and then I'm gonna go for a Dragon Laser here, actually. Because I can force him to go into this Inteleon, which is sort of exactly what I wanted, because I can Dragon Laser for 130, put it in range of like a Pulverization, and then I can put the 30 on the Vulpix to put it into Pulverization range as well. So, pretty nifty play. Can get 2 threats into knockout range with just 1 move, and then our opponent will top deck. Hopefully, Melanie on the top, so they found some way to get some more cards going, and then we'll go for it. 140 with the Max Spiral. So I'll put the Fire Energy. We took Regidrago V-Star top deck's pretty good. No Pokemon down yet, so hopefully we can find a Pumpkaboo on the other side of this Judge. This is where Judge is not a great supporter because I want more than just 4 cards here. I'd like to have 7. And no Pumpkaboo, tragically. Wish those were quick balls, but unfortunately they're not. So I don't especially want a hard retreat here because I can't even use Apex Dragon for anything. But hard retreating is basically knocking out my own guy because then it makes that Regidrago useless. But it could eventually get in the way later. But I mean, there's no guarantee yet they have the knock. They have Vacuum to bump my path. I could have retreated and used Trinity Nova, but then I could lose that Arceus as an attacker and then basically have 1 attacker for the rest of the game to take 6 prizes. So I'm okay with just taking the L and giving them my Regidrago and just hoping that I can sort of find my way through the rest of the game. They do have a Charon's Care, which doesn't matter too much because I could be able to just one-shot the Arceus anyway. I wasn't going to use Dragon Lasers to pick that off, so not the biggest of deals. They do have a Water Energy. They can go for a Double Gunner maybe. Yeah, they will. So there is a Double Gunner putting 20 on my Regidrago V, maybe my Lumineon. Nope, they're going to put some on my Arceus. Still a long way away from knocking out my Arceus with Double Gunner. There is a Belt and a Max Spiral for the knockout. Actually, no, they can't because of my Radiant Gardevoir. Well, that was a misplay by my opponent. Now, my Regidrago lives. I have a top deck and Ultra Ball. So we can Starburst. I'm just going to grab both of my dragons. I just want to get them out of the deck. make sure I have plenty of options. I'm not going to just be missing my attackers again. We can Ultra Ball out both of my dragons, find the Regidrago V-STAR, and now this went from pretty dire circumstances to actually in a very advantageous position. We can evolve into the Regidrago V-STAR, put the double turbo on the Gardevoir, and just research, dig deep into the deck. We only have 16 cards left on like our 4th or 5th turn. Pretty nice. So I'm not going to play the Ultra Ball because I want to find Goodra off the prizes. So I'm just going to use Apex Dragon and then Pulverization for the knockout. No sense in using Lost Impact. Don't need the extra damage. It would just be losing energies unnecessarily. So that's 3 prizes. And now my second Regidrago should be able to take 3 fairly easily. I don't see a way how my opponent... Oh yeah, this is before I cut Charon from my list. Before, I was not playing Avery yet, and I was playing a Charon and 4 Shoe, and I cut that for Avery Choice Belt. And I'm definitely more happy with Avery Belt than I was with the Charon. Charon's good against Lost and Vox, but so is Avery, and Avery's just a better all-around card, in my opinion. But Charon is still very solid, and definitely a card worth playing around with a little bit. I just don't think it's as good as Avery is right now, and also does not help you set up, and Avery does, so. They do bump our path to the peak, which I sort of don't like, but my game is going really fast now. It's funny how it lags and goes so slow, and then it just like, at the drop of a hat goes faster, but oh, TCG Live, you're special. So we will go for a Trekking Shoe, get rid of the boss's orders, or no, keep the boss's orders, don't want to get rid of that. So then we'll, this is where Charon's obviously very good, because we can deny the prize. Set up our Arceus once again. Actually, we don't need to have Path to the Peak anyway, because Pulverization just rips through. I'm here, guys. So we'll knock out the Vulpix with our Regidrago, and now there's not much my opponent can do. They can't really one-shot my Regidrago. We can one-shot it with the Lost Impact. Plenty of energies in play. You can retreat either one of our guys. So looking to be GG. Unless our opponent has some crazy way to one-shot this Regidrago, which would be exciting, but I would not care for it at all. So there's Raihan down a water energy. So let's see if they can cook up anything to keep themselves in the game. I guess they're Radiant Gardevoir and Stadium Bump. Load up another Arceus and then like Charon back into Arceus, but I could just gust the Gardevoir. So yeah, we got this one. There's just a Trinity Nova for 210, and then I can just announce Lost Impact, and the game will be over. So pretty nice first win. I know it's not against like a super meta relevant deck, but it's like sort of like your basic blueprint for a lot of matchups. Where I know having to go for the Dragon Laser early in the game and was a bit suboptimal draw from my part, but really shows how dominant this deck can be in the Arceus matchup, because you can one-shot them, and they have a difficulty getting through your like 200 HP Regidrago V-STAR, so we will take the victory that first game. Going second once again. Ooh, Mew sleeves. Does that mean that this is Mew? We opened Drago, but no Switch or anything like that. So we have an Ultra Ball and a Double Turbo, but I don't like discarding energies with this deck at all, because our energy line is very thin, and no Raihan is sort of sketch, but I want Raihan in this deck really badly. I just don't want to cut Shoes. Oh, Klefki off the bat. So Klefki could be a lot of things. Could be Miraidon. I don't think Miraidon has a whole lot of synergy with Klefki. I know that like the idea behind it is to slow down Lost in Box, but then you can't use Tandem Unit, and Tandem Unit is just pretty good. So his card is Forest Sealstone, so hand must be pretty good if they're doing that. They're gonna grab a Regidrago, bench the Regidrago, Generator, hit an energy, that's good for them, and then pass. So Serena, okay, I like Serena here. Okay, we discard the Duraludon, that's great. And hit the Arceus. Things are going well. So we'll attach the double turbo, and I think we can Ultra Ball both my energies. I hate different energies, but You can grab the Goodra, or actually Radiant Gardevoir. Actually, I think the grab I like here the most, because that way, if my opponent has like energy attachment plus like a retreat option, they can one-shot me. They cannot one-shot this Regidrago or my Arceus if they were to like Gust energy attachment. And Path to the Peak's kind of interesting because maybe they were like relying on Lumineon to get them out of their hand or something like that. So I don't know if the path. I don't think the path was the correct card to drop looking back, because now I just shut off my own Radiant Gardevoir. So it basically just defeated the purpose of that whole play. Like, this will work for me if they don't have if they have a Lumineon, but I think more likely it's gonna backfire. They just draw pass, so maybe the path did something. Switch off the top is excellent. I'll put the belt on the active, play a switch, go into the Arceus, and then I'm just gonna play a Judge. I want to start playing my game. I could take a knockout with Power Edge, but then they just have energy off the top and they just knock me out. So I will evolve into Regidrago VSTAR, and then I'll just Trinity Charge. Just that way, even if my Arceus goes down, I still have plenty. Have a backup attacker ready to go. And 280 is no easy feat for Miraidon to reach, especially if I'm one-shotting them every single turn. With that max polarization, which we already have our Duraludon down. So now back onto my opponent's turn. Miraidon's just kind of a clunky deck. You need to play a ton of energies to really make it work. Losing your abilities is never fun. And this Klefki is kind of doing a lot of damage to my opponent's side, because they can't use Tandem Unit to get down all their Pokemon and thin them out and start to really establish their board. They're kind of stuck behind. They're just like, yeah, they're just stuck behind themselves basically. So I will then Nest Ball for another Regidrago, and then grab a Judge. Draw 4 more cards. There's that Avery, which could be nice to have down the line. I guess we'll keep the energy. I don't really want to attach it, or I don't want to discard it, I should say. I'm just going to Power Edge for the knockout now that we have our board a little more established. So we'll take 1 prize card, Escape Rope. It could be something. It's not the worst card ever to find. I have to imagine this Arceus will be going down to a Photon Blaster. But then we just respond back with our Regidrago. They can attach to a Raikou. But Raikou's an even less efficient attacker than Miraidon is, because we don't have a very big bench. So they'll just blast us for the knockout. And once again, TC Live sort of picking up the pace here. Not that I'm complaining, but funny to see. And we still have our V-Star, so we could use that Legacy Star potentially to recover some credits from Regidrago pile. If we need to find that final boss to push ourselves over the line, then it could definitely be an option. So we're going to use that Apex Dragon and just copy max pulverization and take the knockout. It's the only attack that we can copy. I don't know why they have us pop into that little menu there if we can only use 1 attack, but just TCG Live things. Nest Ball and Path to the Peak. I believe, if I remember correctly, Regidrago VMAX only has 310 HP, so we could one-shot it with a loss impact with the belt on. That'd be kind of nutty. So there's an Ultra Ball. They just kind of research. Why did they dumpster their whole hand to get... What? I do not understand that play one bit. They left themselves with nothing in their hand to do nothing, because Path to the Peak shut off that... I'm just going to take out this Raikou, and now they have nothing. I am so confused. Why did they play that way? I'm going to shoot before the Ultra Ball because I want to try to find Giratina, or I guess Goodra, off of this Ultra Ball, or off the shoe maybe. I still thin out the other Regidrago. I'm still so perplexed by that move by my opponent. That did not make any sense at all. Like, that actively did nothing, and they just... I guess they, like, forgot about Path to the Peak and just wanted to do more damage? I guess? I don't really know. That was weird, for sure. We'll play 2 prize cards, and now with them having a 0-card hand, not too worried about anything. Looks like we should be able to take this win fairly easily after that mistake by my opponent, and we definitely both did not set up too quickly. But it's just so hard for Miraidon. It's just sometimes Miraidon just does not set up very well. It just has a lot of cards that do not help it get into the game. That like it has to have to set up, but aren't just like helping it like draw a ton of cards or get moving quickly. So it can be kind of a clunky deck. And I do want to try to optimize Miraidon myself, because I do feel like the deck has some is better than it is right now, if that makes sense. That it feels really bad when I like watch it. It just does not feel like a very good deck. I feel like it should be better. So my opponent just draw passes. We'll be able to take this game with that max polarization. So I was excited to run the Regidrago again. This was one of the first decks I tried after Silver Tempest came out. Wasn't super great, but I definitely really liked it. And it definitely feels pretty good right now. Just being able to one-shot EXs, Rolling Irons, obviously a busted attack, and also have the damage ceiling of Lost Impact. I think it's a pretty nice selling point for this deck. And so I'm going to keep trying to refine. I feel pretty good about my list right now, but obviously there's always more work to be done. So if you enjoy this kind of content, made it all the way through this video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe, like this video, and I appreciate all your guys' patience while I continue to try to maintain the content. I'm really hoping that maybe here in a week or two we can get back to daily uploads. I'm very disappointed that I haven't been able to do that with all the new set coming out, but I'm really happy that the videos that I have made have done very well. Always just blows me away how many people watch these videos. I don't feel like they're that good, but I don't know. I just am so happy that people genuinely like my videos and watch my stuff. But once again, thank you so much for watching all the way through the end of the video. I greatly appreciate it. I love each and every single one of you in the small Alloutblitzle. I'll catch you in the next one.